Hey, good afternoon. Welcome to the cruise, amigos. It's afternoon for me, at least. Some of you folks on the other side of the pond, it's evening. Let me bring you up real quickly to what's going on. First of all, Martin is sick today. He's not going to be with us, unfortunately. John is a couple hours ago or so They sailed from Madeira Islands, which is out there in the Atlantic, part of Portugal, right off the coast of Africa, and they're into some heavy winds, and his Wi-Fi signal was atrocious, and audio was awful. So he's trying to reboot. Here, John is back. So let me bring him back in to see if this is any better. John, can you hear me out there in the middle of the Atlantic?
I hear you perfectly. I'm afraid it's for me and you that's just not going to be any good. How about?
Yeah, I was going to say, turn the camera off. Let's see if we can hear you. Okay, now talk to me.
1, 2, 3. I am somewhere. Well, we're about an hour out of Madeira now, and heading your way. So.
Next stop is New York.
New York City, and the irony is we're going to be there a day early, because they canceled one of our that week to sit in New York City. I will have to outside my balcony, but nobody the ship until the appointed time. How's that for keeping the things on board?
Yeah. Okay. Let me flash up a couple pictures here in case we completely lose your signal. This is I'm showing the picture of Madeira. Tell me about the metal tree.
Okay, well, this, of course, is the symbol of Madeira here. This metal tree today doesn't look like much, but we have a little for you that is going to show you. It's just beautiful, beautiful at night. And someone has done a stylized picture of it, and we see that tree on the finery here in just a moment.
All right, that's a picture of it with a lit up.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yep, that's nice. And then this one is
they really do
the clock tower there in Funchal.
Yes, this is the old original. Of course, this setup is kind of the last stop. After this, if you remember that the maps that used to say here be dragons, well, the Azores are out there somewhere yet. We're not going to stop at those this time. But other than that, this is all there is between here. So this was the watch, of course, and this was a great port to defend what they perceived as being the edge of the world at the time. And it's been here for hundreds and hundreds of years. Of course, because we're part of Portugal, this is the home of port wine, and Madeira wine is even a lesser variety within the category of. It's a sweet dessert wine. It's wonderful. I have a bottle at home waiting for me when I get there.
I kind of found it interesting. Excuse me. Some of you folks know that I live on a farm in Virginia that was one time owned by Thomas Jefferson. It was actually owned by Thomas Jefferson's wife's family, but it came into his purview by way of marriage. But he often wrote about the silky Madeira wines. And then later, after the Louisiana Purchase, he proposed a toast. He chose the Madeira wine representing America. How did that happen?
Wow! I don't know. I'll tell you, but it is a good wine, and it's not one of the wines where you got to love it or you got to learn how to live with it. It's just a nice sweet little taste. You would never drink a bottle of the hospital getting some insulin or whatever the opposite of insulin is. So.
Yeah. By the way, your audio signal it's got tin can business again, John. It's just sometimes we can hear you, sometimes it's distorted as bad as your video was distorted.
And yet this afternoon I watched church from home and it was just perfect. So it's just all about the timing, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, you set sail. Everybody that went ashore today is sending pictures of all over the world, I guess. And it just bogs the system down.
Yeah.
So
that's exactly right.
All right, I'm going to take part in a little shameless self-promotion. If those of you that might care about this, because I have a little different audience on this show than I do on my daily news show. And my daily news guys are already aware of this, but down in the description of the Cruise Amigos show today, you'll find a self-promoting link to my accessible blog. I have dedicated a page on my blog to list all the cruises that I am booked on, which is now 11. 9 of them between now and May of 2022, and then one with Hot Air Tom in August, and then the Vloggers Cruise January of 23 out of New Orleans. So I got a bunch of cruises listed there. There's a link to it. You can go check it out. Man, if you're not doing anything on any of those cruises and can still grab a cabin, there's cabins available, grab one and join me. Are you still with us, John?
It should be the wonderful time. Yep. No, I'm just making a little note. He's going to know all the best things to find at the lunchroom. I'm thinking that you'll be the first in line. So,
all right, we got a whole bunch of people over in the chat room. I'm going to go over and see who's with us today, because I've got a feeling we're not going to make it for the whole hour today, because this signal is it's horrible. It really is. Jack's with us down in Conroe, Texas, 57 degrees and partly cloudy. Jack, it's cold as crap in Virginia. It was down in the 20s again last night. It was 51 degrees just a few minutes ago. But the wind's blowing like crazy. We didn't get any snow here, but I think they got some snow up in Northern Virginia. Gretchen's with us. Snow on the ground there, 38 degrees. Carol's here. Hi, Carol. Lady's with us from up in Alaska. She's probably got some snow up there. Hi, lady. How you doing? When do you come to New York, lady? That's sometime this month, isn't it? See if she caught that and can answer that one. Emily's with us. She says, hello, guys. 9 degrees in Alaska. Huh, wow. It was minus 13 yesterday. So they're undergoing a warm spell at 9 degrees. Now, lady, you're right here. You take care of that, because the old fat guy, he's not going to come up your way till May. I'm coming to see you in May. It's going to be cold enough then, but I'll be up there in May. So, let's see. I guess everybody knows Nikki and Roger are out on the Sky Princess, by the way. They sailed yesterday, so they're out at sea now. Hot Air Tom and Katie all got back in to port this morning. On my show tomorrow, I have some wonderful pictures that Hot Air Tom sent of coming in past the Statue of Liberty before dawn this morning. Just some stunning pictures. So I will have those on my show tomorrow. I got all kinds of little features to do on my show tomorrow. So if you're not doing anything at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning, join me. I have some more horrible self-promotion. John, did you try the toboggan ride? Carol wants to know.
No. If you can hear me, I did not do the toboggan. but it is really fun. It's two people on a little thing with rollers only about 4 inches long, and then you got two guys that drive it behind you, and you go swooping down the streets of Funchal till you get all the way down to the water. Or if they don't stop you in time, you might get your face a little bit wet.
By the way, you sounded good. All of a sudden, we get a decent signal. All right, now if you notice in John's picture, maybe there he says,
"Everybody went to the goofy."
Now you went to hell again. All right, down at the bottom of John's picture, you'll notice he says Emily was in Madeira today. He's got video to prove it. Folks, I couldn't believe that we saw Emily today over there, that she's stalking Amigo John. Emily from up there in New York. Stalking. Here you go. That is Emily out on her kayak, and you can see that's there in the Madeira Islands, and she's stalking John on the Norwegian Epic. Emily, what the hell are you doing out there in the middle of the ocean? By the way, John also caught a rainbow this morning.
I did. I got some really good.
By the way, we could hear you.
We didn't see Emily on the kayak.
Say that again.
See Emily on the kayak.
You
did not see Emily on the kayak. No, I saw the rainbow, but I didn't see Emily. Try it again.
Okay.
There we go. There's Emily on the kayak.
Yeah, that's Emily stalking Amigo John. I like it. Emily's paying absolutely no attention to us. Says hello to lady.
So much.
Say that again.
I thought it just looked like Emily so much. It just really did. So.
Yeah. Emily says, she says to lady, I guess I better stop complaining about our cold here. Yeah. Yeah, that's they're a whole different world from us, Emily. There's Nikki. Greetings from the Sky Princess. What do you know? Nikki's with us from out there. The Sky Princess has got a good Wi-Fi signal. We probably could do the show from there. And we're having trouble with John. 51 miles per hour is what John is dealing with out there on the Norwegian Epic. Margaret's with us. It's snowing there. Goodness gracious, you guys are getting snow over there already. Wow. Carol says winter wonderland here. Of course, she's up in the northern tier of the world. Emily says, I'm changing my Prima cruise to the NCL Sky with Hot Air Tom from Baltimore Port. Yes, I know it's 2024. I saw. That's one that I've got on my list here. I'm going on the Sky, of course, this summer, but it's going to be sailing out of Baltimore, which is going to be interesting. That's close to me. Emily's telling lady, bring your vaccination card with you. What'd you say, John?
Cruise with Chillie. Cruise with Chillie.
Yeah. That would be fun. Anybody that wants to, you want to check out my list, and if you can hop on one of them, hop on it. Lady says, yes, I did bring my digital vaccination cards. Thank you for your suggestion. Emily says, yep, I'm on my paddleboard. That was her. By cracky John, you were right. That was Emily stalking you out there in the ocean. She had to tell John something important. What did you have to tell him, Emily? She agrees. She agrees that did look like her. Gretchen says, I'm impressed with your technical wizardry. Are you kidding me? We're so technically, I mean, I'm technically totally inept. What is John? John has switched his picture now. Cruise with Chillie. And I can't, oh, that's the lady over there in where the flamingo dancing was. And her cell phone. Yeah. So, well, that catches everybody up in comments. So, John, we haven't talked about food on the Epic. How's the food been?
Food is absolutely typical, except that they've dropped out. They don't have calamari anymore. They don't. They used to have calamari everywhere. You could order it as an appetizer, and there's no calamari on board that I can find. So the menu has changed somewhat, but the food in the high quality sit down restaurant is good as ever. The food in Oceans also good as ever, but it's different. They do not have the English breakfast anymore. They've just been changing things, and there's no strawberries on board. That's part of the supply chain problem. There's just no strawberries anywhere on board.
Yeah, Hot Air
Tom
don't
come for the strawberries.
Hot Air Tom sent pictures of the Norwegian Jim's strawberries, and they really they put the Epics to shame. So the Jim was able to get strawberries in New York because he had them for his whole cruise.
Our strawberries look like cherries. You saw those earlier.
Yeah, they were awful. How bad was Thanksgiving dinner on the Epic over there with people that have no idea about Thanksgiving?
They really shouldn't have done it. They should have just stayed with their regular recipe. I mean, the plate looked wonderful. There was turkey, there was green bean casserole, there was all the things that you would expect, but nothing had the right flavor. Even the turkey didn't taste like grandma's turkey. I don't know what the problem is, but we do know what the problem is. They've never come to America and done it. So, but they made a good try at it. We can't criticize them for trying. So
yeah. Well, we actually ended up having a pretty decent time. None of us in this household, my sister and brother-in-law and I, are just too old to put in the time cooking anymore. My niece, she runs a pet sitting business. And a holiday week, I mean, she's just been literally going like 18, 19, 20 hours a day, nonstop. She left here at 6:15 this morning, and we might see her for dinner, and then she got to go turn around and go right back out until 8:30, 9:30, 10 o'clock tonight. So we went to it was actually a buffet restaurant. It's a typical hibachi buffet here in Lynchburg, and they have a Thanksgiving special every year. And one year that I was running Amanda's pet sitting business when she was out of town on Thanksgiving, and my sister and brother-in-law were gone that year, I was here by myself. I ran in there to grab a little Thanksgiving something as I was going from house to house taking care of animals. And it was pretty decent. So I said, well, why don't we just go over there? Now, we should be able to get in and out of there without too much trouble. And sure enough, we got there. We got there about probably 1:30 or so in the afternoon. And the 12 o'clock when they opened, they must have had a big run of people because it was fairly crowded. But as soon as the as the maitre d' saw me with my scooter, he said, "Wait 1 minute. I've got a table being cleaned right now for you, and it's close." So he set us up with a table literally right off the end of the buffet, one of the buffet lines. There's about 6 buffet lines. This place is huge. And I mean, we were literally right in the center, middle of the food. And they had one big, long buffet area just with Thanksgiving stuff. And then they had their regular stuff. So it was not actually not that bad for somebody that's, has been known to cook for 45 for Thanksgiving. So I dare say it was better than it was on your ship.
45 people. Well, I guess that'd be 2 turkeys. Yeah, of course.
Oh,
I've done, and the ship wasn't bad. It wasn't.
The big years that I did it, that was when my former cruise partner up in Harrisonburg. I went to her house and we started cooking on Monday for Thanksgiving, and my family all came up to Peggy's house, and all of her family came in, and then her son, who at the time was early 20s, all of his friends came. We had 45 people for Thanksgiving dinner. I did a 25-pound turkey, a 20-pound turkey, a huge ham, oysters. What did we do that year was 12 dozen oysters. I mean, just tons of food, just ridiculous. So yeah, I've cooked some huge Thanksgiving dinners in my day. But let's see what else we got here.
Yeah.
You broke up again. Jack says, having breathing issues today. I'll continue watching on YouTube channel on iPhone. Won't be able to converse. All right, Jack. Sorry about that, my friend. I know what it's like to have some breathing issues. I keep even though I'm not using my oxygen while I do my shows anymore, it's literally within reach. It's 3 feet from the back of my head, so I can grab it should I need it. But so far, as long as I'm sitting and just talking, I do okay. But now if I get up and have to walk from here to my door, then I'll be and need oxygen. So that's my problem, is just walking just a little bit, and it throws me into a kilter. Emily, what are you talking about over here, Emily? Just looking on a Canadian TV guide, and they also have a show called The Great Canadian Baking Show, like the Great British Baking Show. Huh. Wow. Interesting. All right. John, is that the latest picture of you frowning at me for running my mouth?
No, that's me not having a good signal. Don't you see who that is there?
Oh, okay. Okay. Yes. Yeah, we got the first part of that out, and then it disappears. We actually got a sentence, and then you went in the can.
There's just
so.
Yeah,
all right.
I'm sorry. I am so sorry.
Well, next Sunday we'll do it again. Let's see. Next Sunday is I have to think. You get in on the 4th. Yeah. You get into New York on the 4th, but you can't get off the boat until the 5th. Is that not correct?
That's correct. So I'll be doing the train station. I might be able to actually have a feed for you from this train station next Sunday, because I have a train.
I couldn't hear any of that. I got the feed from the train station, but I didn't get any times that you're going to be dealing with the trains.
I get on the train at 3:30. I get on the train at 3:30 next Sunday.
Ah, okay. So that would be after the Cruise Amigo show. So maybe we can somehow do a show from the train station.
Yes. I'm hoping that we can do that. I'm planning for that. Yep.
Okay. Well, John, I'm sorry the signal didn't work.
That'll be my dream.
We've run into more problems trying to get John on live streams this week. It's just been sad because we've had a couple that were really good. Of course, we did that in the middle of the night when nobody else was up except us idiots, and we taped it. That was the best one of all, though.
Yes, we got to try that again. We got to do some more of that.
All right, guys. I hate to end the show early, but I'm going to. Since John, we can't get more than a half a sentence from John at a time and can't look at his gorgeous face at all. So we're going to let John sail on across the Atlantic in the 50-mile-an-hour winds and blowing his stream all to hell. And we'll try to get together next Sunday, normal time, live from the train station in New York City, right next to where the boat comes in. We're going to try that anyway. So I hate to end the show early, but thank you guys for being with us. And John, thanks for trying, my friend. Sorry it didn't work. But for now, this is Cruise Amigo Chillie.
All righty, we'll try for another one. Have a good one. Bye.
Okay, we'll see you, Amigo John, Amigo Martin. Hope you feel better, my friend. And we'll see everybody next week. Or if you're around, stop and see me Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for Monday Travel and Cruise Industry News. Anyway, that's it for today. This is the Cruise Amigos. We'll see y'all next time. Thanks for being with us.